The world is here. The world is here.
Hello, my name is Elvis Sequeira.
मैं हूं मलकीत सिंह।
Hi, my name is Sarthak.
आप सुन रहे हैं ग्रेटर नोएडा का अपना सामुदायिक रेडियो स्टेशन सुनो शारदा 90.8 FM।
The world is here. The world is here. The world is here. The world is here at Sharda University. Where are you?
We'll move on to our next technical session, which is fifth technical session of the day. And for the fifth technical session, Dr. Arvind Pal will be doing the moderation. But before we invite Dr. Arvind Pal to introduce our next speaker, Professor Ujjwal Chadhury, there is a small little AV which has been produced, which has been made by our students. I would request our tech team to please present.
Professor Ujjwal K. Chadhury is a noted media academic and consultant with over 25 years of global work experience. He has formerly held front-ranking positions such as Director of Ramoji Kriyan University, Dean of Amity University, Dean of DGMC Media College, Mumbai University, the Director of NSHM Media and Design School, the Dean of both Symbiosis Media School and Whistling Woods International. He is a Pro-Vice Chancellor at Adamas University, Kolkata, and currently heads the School of Media at Pearl Academy in New Delhi. Professor Chadhury has played a key role as a media advisor with the Ministry of Textiles, Government of India, and the World Health Organization. He has also been a proactive player in the Green Beetles seminars and an active participant in numerous conferences held in India and abroad. He has made 16 documentaries while working for the World Health Organization and the Nippon Foundation. He is recognized for introducing the concept of convergence in media education in India. He has received several honors like Golden Triangle Award by the Global Forum for Public Relations and the Hall of Fame in PR and PR Education by Public Relations Council of India.
Thank you so much, Tech Team, for sharing this wonderful presentation. And thank you, students, for making this introductory AV for our next speaker of the day, Professor Ujjwal K. Chadhury. I would like to request Dr. Arvind Pal to moderate the next session. Arvind, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome each and every participant who are joining us from different places across the world and India. It is the second day of a virtual international conference on changing paradigm of media landscape. In the fifth episode, I would like to invite Professor Ujjwal Kumar Chadhury, who is a noted academician as well as a Pro-Vice Chancellor of Adamas University. I would not take much time in speaking about the profile of the professor, but yes, I would like to invite him to speak on our topic, changing paradigm of media landscape. One more thing, I would like to congratulate you firstly for you as selected as one of the speaker in Asia's biggest conference on mobile journalism. In that, two people are selected out of India, and you are one of them. So very congratulations, sir, for that.
It's just an invitation from them. I don't know whether selected or not. They have invited me and the one of the editors of NDTV. Thank you for that.
Ujjwal, you're always modest.
Just being modest, Ujjwal ji.
No. Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Dr. Sood. Thank you, Dr. Amit Chawla. Fabulous program. I was listening to my friend Ashish Kulkarni ji and the Guru, Ronnie Dargan Saab, a little earlier. So thank you for organizing such a beautiful program all throughout the day. And I believe another Guru is waiting, Prahlad Katkar, to speak next, if I'm not wrong. So I'll go straight to save time. I'll go straight to my PowerPoint. Allow me to share the screen. I will straight go to the PowerPoint, which is on the impact of COVID in media and entertainment in a big way, because this is a major issue, and I think every learner would need to understand where does this entire pandemic lead to. Very quickly, what do you mean by, because I'll be speaking a bit fast, please look by numbers 1 to 3. Slides will be according to that. So newspapers and magazines, offline media, highly impacted. We will explain that. Outdoors, kiosks, cinema and hoardings, completely impacted. Offline media again. So both the offline media totally impacted. We'll come to that. Social media portals, web entertainment, highly promoted rather. It's more than double, more than 100% rise in these media now. Radio, television, on-air media, yes, has gone ahead because people are in lockdown situation. Events, road shows, on-ground media, highly impacted, negatively impacted, and a new form of events are coming up. Media on the handset, mobile media, the biggest media on the rise. Just now, I think around 220 people are online. I'm sure half of them or more are online on the mobile. So there's a big difference with respect to the mobile media. So news media, let's focus on news media to begin. It is to inform, to educate, everyone knows. Circulation is low. It is tough to return to pre-COVID figures. Whatever the newspaper industry people might tell you, it will not be returning to the pre-COVID figures. It's not even 50% of the earlier figures just now. Costs are mounting, paper, printing, distribution, and GST. This government has put 5% GST as well on newsprint, which wasn't there earlier. So that's costs are mounting. Television news is repetitive. There's a time limit of every story, and unfortunately, it has become highly studio-centric. Employment reducing, more than 1,100 jobs lost in the top 5 newspapers of the country, media houses of the country. Salary reduction has happened with the rest. Content has been cut. There are negative stories, but there are positive stories. I'll come to the positives later on. Please have patience to look into both the areas. So content has been cut, 24 pages, newspaper has become 12 pages now. Television news is resorting to dramatics, lot of TRP pressure, high costs, but there is high appeal because people are in lockdown situation. And radio news is high potential. Unfortunately, Government of India, whether Congress or of BJP, has never allowed private news on radio. And I'm astonished why it is not so. Because private news on television is allowed for a long, long time. So legal barriers are there. So moving on to news media again. Earlier, before 2000, youngsters who are students here may not remember, but Ritu ji will remember, Dargan sahab will remember that before 2000, it was newspaper which was leading journalism. Stories were broken in newspapers. When after 2000, gradually it was stories were broken in television, followed up in newspaper. And now we are moving to a situation where stories will be broken in the web and then followed up with details in television, and then newer insights in newspapers next day. So mobile journalism is the new flavor of the day, and has been told Asia's biggest mobile journalism program starts tomorrow, and it's a major development. Mobile journalism is coming in a big way. Why so? It's easy because it's portable. The mobile is portable. It's updated every moment. You search for news on the mobile or on the digital. Newspaper give you news. Television news आपको खबर परोसा जाता है, but digital में आप खबर ढूंढते हो. So search driven, lower cost to produce and consume. Audio and video is of television. Text, infographics, pictures are of print media. But all the 5 are on digital, are converging today. User-generated content, citizen journalism, that is also rising. So you find large number of stories which are taken by people who are clicking on their mobiles, and specifically on very localized stories that's coming. And gatekeeping is crumbling. You cannot be gatekeeping for a long time. You cannot stop news from being in the digital media from being broadcast. Lower entry barrier because the expenses are low. Accurate analytics. You can tell your newspaper is 2 lakhs, but there is no proof. Your television has 50 lakhs audience. Really, there is no proof. And TRP is a completely farce. You know, there are only 18,000 people a meter to calculate TRP, and you have never seen, none of us has seen a people meter ever. So, but only in digital, exact Google Analytics are there. Alexa ranking are there. So, therefore, advertiser has focused business option. And in digital, crowdsourcing is possible. You can raise money from the crowd. But there is a challenge of false content. I don't say fake news because if it is fake, it is not news. And if it is news, it should not be fake. So mis and disinformation is there. Misinformation when we forward a fake news or false content. Without creating it, we just forward it. Disinformation when we create a false content to mislead. So there is a need for media literacy movement. And it is my appeal to Sharda University and similar other universities and even our university, we should come together to create India's best media literacy course. In fact, there is already in Europe and US. So taking cue from the global experiences, we should come out with a media literacy course. That should be a compulsory part of even of different universities courses at the undergraduate and postgraduate level. And media has to do the role of a watchdog and not become a lapdog. So conclusion on digital media, on news media, digital-led convergence. So news will be first broken on the web, then on TV and then on print. Revenue moving beyond ads. Currently, it is largely advertisement driven, but there could be new sources of revenue, including NGO funding, including crowdsourcing and many others. Search media in the digital sphere will come above pushed media. TV and print are pushed media. Job losses. Yes, this is an important point for the students. Earlier people of our age, 40s, 50s and 60s will be losing jobs, and that's already the case. But there is a huge requirement of new talent who can operate mobile journalism, who can start breaking stories on the web and then move it to the others. Yes, these youngsters may not have the perspective so strong, but technologically they are much more equipped. So if you can make yourself perspective-wise also strong and technologically strong, there is an immense opportunity in news media of tomorrow, which is convergence-led, which is web-led. Cinema, go by 1, 2, 3. 1. The biggest theater chains like India has PVR, like world's biggest is AMC in US, Cineworld in Europe, both are closing down. And just now they're closed down, they've announced they'll not be opening. Short films, OTT release of features happening. One film produced by Anurag Kashyap and acted by Nawazuddin Siddiqui has already been launched in Netflix. New life to independent cinema, low-cost cinema, where story is the hero, less characters, more drama but less characters, not the blockbuster types. Costs will be lowered, production becoming simpler, more real-life story. These will come on the OTT. Please note, in 2019, box office income all over the world was USD 42 billion, but total income of the OTTs and streaming videos, online income of entertainment was 53 billion even before Corona. Please let it sink in, even before COVID. So now after COVID, the box office income will come down to $10 billion, which we'll know only in January, February 2021. And the platforms income, online platforms income may cross 100 billion because we all are largely online now. CPH Docs, world's largest documentary festival, has been organized online this year in the month of May. And it had got 30% more audience because people were checking online. They did not have to fly to the venue and spend money and all that. And it had 18% more income because people were asked to pay $5 while registering. And the income went up. Please note, Cannes Film Festival just now, when Sharda is organizing this conference, Cannes Film Festival is digital now. It's going on just now, digital. I mean, now it's midnight in US, so it will be again tomorrow morning. It is digital this time. Blockbusters will come back. India loves blockbusters, but they will be few in number. And mid and small budget cinema will go online. And youngsters will get first break because unless you are from the big Bollywood mafia and nepotism. So unless you are from a major family, You will start with small budget cinema, and that will be online and digital. So this is about cinema ahead. Television ahead, go from 1 to 3. Television has got a new lease of life, but there is a new content challenge because you are unable to produce new content because of lockdown. And the government has said only 20-member crew can produce app production. Now earlier, 20 members were only assistants. Then there are senior crew members. Then there are actors and actresses. So now 20-member means it will be skeleton staff. And therefore, there will be a new content challenge and content will be of a different type. News TV will do well, but serious credibility problem. See the way China-India conflict in Ladakh has been covered very badly. There is a serious credibility issue. Stories from the ground on web will be a challenge for TV. I have explained that. TV must reinvent as conscience keeper of the nation. And TV digital convergence will happen. First, a television story will be broken on digital, then taken to TV. Even entertainment stories will be broken in a sense, snacked or limited version will come in the digital and then the full story on TV. And we shall be moving a lot towards episodic entertainment. Episodic entertainment means one episode, one story, not serial. Serials may be there, but at a lower pace. Old serials may be repeated, but new will be largely episodic because of the restrictions on production. Short films will come in TV as well. Film premieres and music will happen in a big way. So that's television in the new normal. Radio, start from the right side. Digital and analogous radio, both are rising. Analogous is what you get on your TV, on your radio set. Digital is what is online. Radio liberalization is must today. Going ahead, if television can have private news, why not radio? So there has to be radio liberalization. Niche radio will rise. You know, in the West, there is lifestyle radio, health radio, urban radio, education radio, beauty radio, FM, beauty FM, sports FM. India needs this. And I believe digitally these are easy to produce. And there will be a lot of campus radio. You have it in Sharda. I am aware of it. We have done it in many other campuses where I have been aiding. And we will be doing it this time in September in our current campus, Adamus as well. Campus radio, online radio, even 5 friends can start an online radio, largely podcast. Community or development radio by NGOs. There are already in Chhattisgarh, in Kutch, many development radios are there. Podcast will become an important means of communication. Will appear in portal, TV and radio both. Podcast is audio story. Radio has got a new life, but limited to music because of the law of the land, and the law must change. And niche radio, news radio must be allowed in the private sector. That's for radio. On advertising, go digital. The basis of branding will be digital. And after digital, then convergent. That means television next, print, outdoor and others, but radio and others. But first digital. And brand promise of a brand and stakeholders' interest should be the focus. And never the focus on aggressive selling of products and services. Going ahead, this aggressive sale of the past will actually lead to communicating the most urgent stories. What is urgent story? Physical distancing. Please note, I am totally against the term called social distancing. It is physical distancing and social bonding, social solidarity. That's what Colonel Dargan has just now said. We should be happy and bond together. And we are talking, there are 210 people listening to it in from 210 homes. So we are socially bonding, intellectually bonding, physically distant. So the communication of brand must communicate this. Salute the Corona heroes. You see McDonald, the M of McDonald, the 2 arches are separated now, physical distancing. Fevicol, Fevikwik, their logo is 2 elephants stuck together. The elephants are separated with a chain, physical distancing. Imami, Byju's, Volkswagen are coming out with ads which are saluting the Corona warriors. Compassionate communication. Important to do communication today, then you will get 3 times the return after later on in normal times. But the communication has to be focused on health, food, essentials, and hygiene. These must be the focus of communication. Branding and advertising in the new normal. Clutter of ads, too many ads, ineffective. So move to acts, stories, not ads. Like IKEA is talking about dedicated shopping time for Corona warriors. Volkswagen is talking about Corona warriors. Oyo is talking about physical distancing. Cadbury is talking about sweet homes. I am consciously not detailing it to save time. So these are 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes, 3 minute stories. Acts, not ads. Sunrise Masala is talking about masala or spices which increase your immunity, and that Sunrise produces. TikTok, Insta influencers, video or OTT long ads are also. So these are the new normal in branding. Corona impact is here for long term, so no myopic fixation. Get out of the box solution because it is an unprecedented situation. New consumer experience is restricted social interaction. You are unable to go out as normally as you did earlier. So brands should have psychological connect, social bonding, short-term acquaintance to lead to sustained loyalty. Change communication to conversation. So go digital and converse. Don't talk one way, talk mutually. Enhance digital habits of people are changing their way of consuming education, health, legal and entertainment services. So there is a new scope of digital entertainment. Public relations, press conference without meeting the journalists. We did one, Adams University Combats COVID-1 document we released. 82 journalists were there, but they were from their homes. And it was 82 organizations covering it. Digital reputation. Yes, how are you known? What is your digital persona of the brand and the leader on the web? Webinar speaking slot, important speaking slots will have, that's also part of the PR of tomorrow. Research documents and policy papers, because new policy papers will be required in the new normal situation. That's also part of PR. So these are the new areas of PR. Events, go from 1 to 3. 1, e-events or digital events. Concerts are being done. Google Hangout Advanced can have 1 lakh participation. Arijit Singh can sing from one place with a minimum crew, and it can be heard by 1 lakh people, and they can pay 500 rupees to enter. This is the future of concerts. There will be physical concert, but it will be amplified digitally and electronically. Literature Fest, Fiki Frames. Ashish ji is here. Ashish ji is one of the organizers of Fiki Frames. And Fiki Frames is in the first week of July, completely online this time. CPH Drops and Cannes Festival I have told. Just recently, Germany had ended sports contest called Bundesliga, Germany Premier Football League, Bundesliga. The players played with mask, face protection, hand gloves, full sleeves, and without physical contact, without clashing body-wise, and no audience on the stands. Completely amplified digitally and electronically. Webinars with an entry fee coming up. Business World has started webinars with sponsors. Great, a series of webinars happening. Esports are coming up. The future is of phygital events. Half physical, half digital. So physically it will be done, but digitally actually consumed, amplified. This is going to be the future of events. Media business, lower the cost at all levels. Turn digital, create unique value. Or if you have a unique value, you will command a price. Unique value can be the extraordinary speaker, can be an extraordinary topic, anything, but unique value has to be there. Surround the stakeholders with multiple touch points. 720-degree new concept. 360-degree was print, TV, radio, and online. And with entire domain of digital first, mobile first, social media first, there is another 360-degree. 360-degree around you, and top to bottom another 360-degree. Crowdsourcing has started. Films, portals, digital events, web entertainment, there is now crowdsourcing happening. And as has been told by Ashish ji just now, lot of independent talent will work for multiple organizations from homes or from limited spheres. So have a bevy of independent talent to work. This is gig economy. In gig economy, you don't work for one organization. You work for multiple organizations project-wise. Convergence is the way forward with digital at the top, and consumers must pay. So what is education of tomorrow? We are focused on media content in our media education. Most of us. Somewhat we teach media technology. We rarely teach media business. Today, all these three, particularly media business, will become very significant. Multimedia journalism, not just print and TV. Web-led multimedia journalism. Web-led digital entertainment. Web-led integrated marketing communication. So there are 3 areas of media, either journalism or entertainment or brand com. In all the 3, digital-led scenario is coming up. So online courses must be done. We are asking our students to do online courses, relevant online courses of Coursera. Whichever is the platform you take, online courses must. And we ourselves, the universities, have to produce online courses also. Diverse webinar, this is one good example of that. You should have your personal gadgets and high-end digital skills to be a mobile journalist, to be a mobile entertainer, to make a film on the mobile, to do a lot of things that you need, therefore personal gadgets and digital skills. Mere engagement is not enough. productive participation is enough. So for faculty members like us, we should teach less, demonstrate more, mentor more to have outcomes. I could have explained it in much more. Earlier it was teacher who fixed the syllabus, who introduced the topic, who concluded the topic, who set the examination, and who evaluated. The teacher-centric education has to move to a mentor. Mentor does not teach alone. Mentor aggregates knowledge for the learner from various sources. He can make or she can make her own video, own slides as well. But she will also be collecting videos, URLs, case studies from everywhere. That's the mentor. Mentor is an agony aunt and an agony uncle in crisis of a learner. Mentor is someone who inspires. Student now has to change to a learner. Students learn in classroom. Learners learn within and beyond the classroom. Students learn with a fixed syllabus. Learners begin with the syllabus and moves on to organically to things that he or she loves. Students learn it for exams, read for exams and marks. Learner learns it. Exam is a byproduct. Learner learns it for lifetime use. And learner can aggregate knowledge from anywhere. So internships, masterclass, live projects, ongoing projects, real life cases, these are required. And convergence, first learn all media, then specialize in one media. Convergence to specialization. No standalone and particularly non-digital media will survive. So these are the 8 concluding points. 720 degrees surrounds communication. Media of tomorrow will be 720 degrees. Lot of user-generated content, people-generated content. Focus will be on the platform, creating an online or digital powerful platform, not setting the agenda. Gatekeeping will lead to gate opening in journalism. Focus of branding will be on brand promise, brand value, and stakeholder. And business will move from advertisement. Advertisement will be the main source of income, but along with that, crowdsourcing and consumers paying willingness would increase. Reduce the cost, lower cost of production, high the value, and create your own unique selling proposition. And collaborate. Ananda Bajar of Calcutta can collaborate with Delhi Thanti of Tamil Nadu. No need to compete. Digital first, mobile first rather. Digital, mobile is digital only. Physical plus digital, and convergence last. These are the 8 closing points or the aspects that are coming up as we go ahead. Thank you. But I just wanted to give the overview of media and communication, how it has been impacted by COVID-19 and where are we going. I see a great time of jobs ahead for those who are digitally trained, digital first, mobile first in their talent. Thank you very much, Dr. Amit Chawla and Dr. Sood.